Villa verdicts is now in session.
Jesus.
Listen, it's a courtroom, it's not church. This is the only courtroom where the evidence is screenshots, vibes, and being outside. Today, our defendants are Charlie Frederick and AJ Bunker. Is AJ short for something?
Yeah, Andrea Jane.
Why use Andrea?
Just long.
We said that in the villa, to be fair.
Yeah, do you know
It's
what?
nice.
Look, yeah,
I
don't
like
mind
AJ,
it,
it rolls
yeah.
off the tongue though.
It's
Don't
easy,
it?
Alright,
isn't it?
alright, okay.
Steady on, geese.
You may know them from this year's Love Island All-Star. Sorry, guys. Just get my hair out my face.
Oh, it's not real?
It is real.
Oh.
You may know them from Love Island season 7. Who was on season 7?
Me.
Who was on season 4?
Me.
How old are you?
31. Kind of old,
No,
yeah.
I'm mature. You're mature.
Mature,
Well,
yeah, we'll go with that.
33.
You're 33.
Worse.
That's cool. You know.
At least I don't lick it because you're not good.
No, you don't.
Think it.
No, you don't.
Okay,
You don't. Yeah, all right. With too much jokes, not big man things. Fix up. Charlie, you stand here today accused of Grand Theft Auto of Hearts. You played.
Damn.
You know what GTA is, isn't it?
I'm not that old.
Kissing Jess, wanting to explore, then picking Millie 8 minutes later. You picked Millie 8 minutes later. That's crazy. Okay. The charge.
Just on the 24-hour day or the hour?
Yeah, you're talking. The charge. Trying to have the cake and the whole bakery. You love a pastry,
I do.
but you don't have the whole bakery. AJ, you stand here accused of exceeding the emotional speed limit, going over 30 miles per hour in the situationship zone. The internet says you were flying while Shaq was still in first gear. If you drive a manual, you know first gear is slow.
Oh, damn.
Burning that
Speeding
clutch.
overtime, yeah, burn that clutch.
2 different charges, same courtroom. Now let's look at the evidence. Charlie, here you go, lips in, necking it on. Mwah, mwah. Ugh. Oh, look at you looking at her eyes and that. Look, you're trying to make the girls them fall in love.
Making it sentimental, Judge Cash.
Yeah, and then
You know
you're
what I
off with just look, hand on the fire, cheeky. Yeah.
mean? Got years of experience, Cash, you know?
Yeah, 30 odd to be fair, innit? When you were doing your recoupling speech, yeah,
Yeah.
did you actually know who you was picking?
Yeah, Millie all day long.
Okay.
But I needed to explore that before. So then that made it clear for me when I went to the recoupling. That's why I wanted to kiss Jess before.
So basically you're saying Jess is a bad lipster.
Jess is a good lip star, but
Really
I had a
better.
stronger connection with Millie.
I actually genuinely thought you were going to pick Jess as well, I'm not going to lie, especially with the way you dropped the speech.
Got to give a bit of tea with it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know,
Got to keep
but
it spicy.
you also got to be honest, you know? I don't know. I personally wouldn't have kissed Jess and then said that in my speech. Maybe you could have worded it a bit differently, but at the end of the day, we all make mistakes here, so it's not that deep.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was a mistake, Judge. I would say the fact of the matter is I needed to kiss Jess before because we said we were going to at some point. We both flirted with the idea.
Yes.
Then the recoupling came and I was like, shoot, like how can I know that this is the right decision? Because obviously at that point it was pretty much all Mills.
Yeah.
But then I needed to explore that. And then I explored it and my decision was still Mills. So I kind of think it gave me clarity on the matter. So I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
But then I don't think it was reciprocated from Mills' side. I don't think she liked it. So then that kind of put me in the doghouse.
You and Millie's connection was so great. I feel like, yeah, you did take a risk there by going for Jess and you did need to explore it, but you didn't have to kiss her to find out. You know that.
Did I not though? It's a hard one.
Come on, a kiss ain't gonna make them any funnier.
But then you know when if the sparks are there, do you know what I mean? With Mills, the sparks were
But you
already
just said
there.
it was a good kiss.
It was a good kiss, but I don't mean it's the chemistry's the do you know what I mean? Like when
So
you
it
kiss
just didn't,
someone.
it didn't,
No, it didn't give me that.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Flutters.
this
I was gonna say fanny flutters, but you
Yeah,
don't
but
have
I
a
don't
fanny.
have a fanny.
but let's talk factual here. A kiss, I could kiss somebody and it'd be bad, but they could still be the best person for me. I could kiss somebody and it'd be good, but they could still, do you get it? They must have just had their
It's
practice.
too early for that. I was in there, that was day 4.
Day 4.
That was day 4 or day 5 when I kissed Jess.
But things move quickly in there.
They do, but that's quick. There's quick and then there's Sonic.
Okay, all right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I had to explore. It was too early for me to even lock or consider locking anything off. But then again, I probably should have in hindsight.
Oh,
Now, AJ, this is your moment.
I don't want to say it.
Shaq says we need to slow down, but I just feel like at the moment it's a little bit more like sexual rather than like on an emotional level. That's great English there. I kind of want to just slow it down a little bit. I feel like the pace of how everything is going is like moving too fast for me.
You mean PTSD? It sounds just like him then.
Did it?
Be honest, was this the first time you clocked you weren't moving at the same pace?
You know what? I'm gonna be so honest, Judge. I said in bed the night before this conversation, I was going to take a step back. I said that to him. I was the one who put that in place first and said, it has been a little bit or
Oh,
Shaq.
is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you'll see that in the clips. In fact, if you go back, you'll see me in bed saying, I'm going to take a little step back. And I said, it's not you. It's just, it has been a little bit more Shaq. And I do have other connections to explore. So the switch up the next day is wild to me.
Oh, it's like when you break up with someone and they
No,
try to
that-
break up with
yeah,
you
yeah.
first.
It's like, oh no, this was my idea.
Oh, I didn't
But it's-
realise.
Yeah.
When you got into bed with Shaq, did you already plan on taking a step back before you got
Yeah,
into bed?
because that night, Connor had asked me to go Secret Garden. And I was like, I want to explore that a bit more. But I want to have that conversation with Shaq in bed.
You see?
Did you kiss him in bed though that night?
Yeah, that's what. So this is what I was gonna say.
But that's not really taking a step back.
Order! This is what I was going to say. I personally, if you were gonna take a step back, I wouldn't have kissed him. I would have maybe hugged him. You get it, little cuddly, scratch on the back, maybe, and then yeah, offty. My English, my courtroom. You get me? I would have come off. I wouldn't have kissed him straight away. You kissing him and being affectionate and showing that same affection you did, and then saying you want to step back, kind of throws
But me
mixed signals.
saying step back, Judge, isn't like I'm going to complete take a step back. It's just like I want to explore other things whilst I explore you.
Okay, but was you planning to explore them both? Like,
Well,
with
he
the
was
same-
exploring Helena at the same time and kissing Helena in bed.
Yeah,
so-
which he is wrong for that. He is wrong for that.
So, you know, and he's the one who said, if it feels right in the moment, just do it. So I was actually trying to be respectful by saying, giving a little heads up in bed.
But are we doing tit for tat or are we going to be respectful of ourselves?
Oh, Judge, you're killing me here. You're killing me here.
What about when you went in to kiss him as well, when you said that you were both not going to kiss each other, of Helena as well, and then you kissed him, tried to kiss him on the terrace? So I watched it today. I watched it this morning.
Why are you bringing me out?
Order! Exhibit B.
Oh no, there's more.
There's more?
The jury had opinions on you both. Charlie, someone's trying to have their cake and eat it.
I like the bakery though, don't I? You've already discovered that.
Yeah, we love a bakery. You get it, dessert.
But there's
but
only, I usually walk away with one croissant, not the whole bakery. Do you know what I mean?
croissant. Nah.
Croissant.
What kind of twang? What twang was that? Croissant. Okay.
French twang with a London accent.
Croissant.
The next one is, I love Charlie. This is what it's all about. I was getting bored of him and merely closing things off. So quickly, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark.
Did the jury get you back in the villa as well?
Is he asking too many questions or is it just me? Next, Charlie just there for a good time, crying emoji.
Oh, well, that's
is it?
partly true, Judge, for sure.
Others said you were just being honest. Seeing this back, did you get why people were annoyed?
I get why Millie was annoyed, yeah.
Okay, he's taking accountability there. Mature boundary. Yeah, better that. AJ.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Nah, I don't even want to learn.
A lot of people actually backed you.
Ah.
AJ gave Shaq too much of her time, I fear. Hope she reads this comment. AJ, you are never too much for someone who is not enough for you. Oh, that's sweet.
Amen, I like that.
Amen, loves
That
that.
is sweet.
Leanne is such a sweetheart and she's 100% right in what she told AJ. If a person can't see your value, then they are just not the person for you.
100.
Lots of backing. I like
Lots
that.
of backing.
Let's move on. Exhibit C.
Another one.
Yeah, there's gonna be a few in it. I can't just bring you lot in there with no evidence. Millie said she didn't want to be in a triangle. Fair enough. It's something funny.
It's just
We're
the
just
quiff
loving
thing.
it, loving the quiff.
The little one
Loving the quiff.
like in your eye.
It's given Albert Einstein.
You need hairspray, bro.
They're just jealous that my hair is a bit more voluptuous than what's going on over there.
It's given
And it's fine.
Beethoven.
I don't want to be in no triangle, don't want to be in the crossfire while you try and figure things out between me, you, and Jess. Millie to Charlie. I can't help it that you both fancy me. Charlie to Jess. So that's one of the most toxic things I think I've heard all 2026. I can't help it that you both fancy me.
Like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, but you can't
Oh,
say-
please don't fancy me.
Listen,
I
you-
need to explore these options.
As the man, you need to be intentional with what you're saying. If you're saying that to a girl,
It's just a fact.
you're just going to leave them in this 50-50 zone.
But the thing is, she told me that herself many times. Mills had said, we both fancy you. So I was like, I'm just going off what you said. I've not made that assumption myself.
You can't use them words specifically to say back to her as like, you're backing yourself up, like you both fancy me.
Can't help it, you both fancy
So man
me.
can, you get it, man can do whatever,
Oh,
you get it.
yeah.
You can't do that. What you done was muggy. There's another word in there somewhere, but I can't say that. Don't pull me up to the terrace, kiss me, and then couple up with someone else. What you done was a bit muggy still. And the way you kissed her as well, it's not even like you lot, you just dive straight in. You didn't even kind of like deliberate first, like, oh, like, yo, you could have even dropped it smooth like this.
I did. I went, actually, yeah. Oh, go on.
No, you were smooth to an extent, but you could have said like, look, listen, maybe it's not the best thing right now for me to kiss you, but like man wants to do it anyway because man just feeling, you get it? You could have done something like that.
We had a conversation in the kitchen and we both established that we wanted to kiss each other at some point. So then when we went to the terrace, that was a day later, maybe a day again. And then I said to her, are you going to do what you want to do? And I'm going to do what I want to do. And she said, yeah. So then I thought, do you know what? There's my moment.
Didn't you kiss her twice as well?
Yeah, because
So it was that
I'll tell
nice
you
you
why.
did it twice?
Tell you why I kissed her twice. Some girls don't like to be told, can I kiss you? Or ask, you know what I mean? Some girls like you just go for it. So it's quite hard to navigate sometimes because there's been a lot of that chat on the outside as well. Some boys are saying that you just got to go for it. Some girls are saying I like to be asked. So the first time I went in. The second time I said, I think we should probably do that again. And then kissed her again. So I did both approaches. So I think I've been respectful. So I don't think it's that muggy to go and then couple up with someone I had a stronger connection with, to be honest with you. So
I just feel like if you kiss her the once and you're like, oh, I ain't getting the sparks, you don't go and kiss her again. So where you went in for a second kiss, that's probably where she was like, he liked it.
You have to double check though.
He went in. So was that double checking?
I'm not backing you. I'm just.
this
That's
guy-
just signing you on.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
I know
I'm not.
low key his actual personality. He's backing you
I
here.
see. Oh, it's
Just
just.
because you got that wig on, don't
Wait!
do things, bro.
Hold on. Dude, no one's backing anybody here. I'm gonna come to my verdict.
You can bang that as hard as you want, but don't change what you actually.
Yo! All right. What I'm gonna say is the only thing I feel like you could have done better with in that situation is straight after you kissed her, maybe you should have told Millie straight away because
I would have if I could have.
yeah, and you see, because I know
On the outside, I would have, bro. Like I would have straight away gone, look, this is the situation. I'm still all you, but I want it to come from me, and that was the plan when we left that conversation. I'll tell Mills, you tell Tommy, and I've been absolutely rumbled because it didn't go down like that.
yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, viewers, this is my personal opinion. You can disagree if you want, but you're taking a lot of the blame, but Jess has a part to play. Like I feel like she was really downplaying a lot of things.
100%. Only because it came from her did it look better for her.
Yeah, and she's doing it to her best bedroom as well, which
And then I didn't get how much Millie backed Jess in that. When they had the conversation in the terrace, Millie was like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. It was like, hang on a minute, why am I the villain here? She's
and
done
Jess,
it as well.
Jess wasn't gonna say anything until her bedrooms called her up on. Bedrooms is, by the way, means friend to translate. Her friends told her to go and say something to the girls.
Yeah.
Because, do you get? Otherwise, I feel like Jess wouldn't have said anything at all. But you lot do with that information as you please.
You know how things work in there, Judge.
Yes, I do. Let's move on. Andrea, Exhibit C. I feel embarrassed that I've been too physically like. It's making me think like, how have I been in there with other people? Like, am I too much? Leanne and Jack had your back immediately. You questioned whether or not you're too much. That felt deeper than just the villa.
Yeah.
Can you touch on that for us, please?
You know what it is? Because I'm a very affectionate person. I'm a cuddler, I'm a hugger, always have been. And then because the way that Shaq was, he was just as physical touch with me. So now him saying it's too much is like, it made me second guess everything because he was just as physical touch with me. So then it makes me think, am I being too much? Like, am I?
No, because that's how you felt and that's what you wanted to do in the moment.
So then it makes me think, is everyone feeling like that? Because I'm a cuddler. Like, if the girls are like lying down, I will just get in there and hug them. Like, so it just makes me think, if he's now bringing this up and he's never mentioned it before, am I too much for everyone else as well? Or am I just too much in terms of a physical touch person?
Okay.
But he told me his love language was physical touch and he said he liked it.
What I'd say, advice-wise, protect your energy. Maybe don't be too physical too much. Some people like being physical with people because of the way it makes them feel. When you hug, I'm pretty sure it sends off some like scientific endorphin or something like that.
Dopamine.
Like that, that dopamine, whatever. But do you get it? For protection of yourself and maybe kind of protecting yourself from gauging into them feelings with somebody too fast, maybe don't be as physical touch straight away.
He was just as physical touch though.
Yeah,
He
then you
was
know what you
grabbing
do.
my hand.
You know
He
what
was
you
grabbing
do.
me
You
for
get the
cuddles.
gabble.
That's why I was like, I'm blindsided right now because he was literally just as physical touch.
I think it just shows you weren't playing the game. I think you were just going off of
I'm
your
the
feelings.
genuine person
Yeah.
with like, I'm just going with what
You were
felt
being
right
you
at the
in there,
time.
and I think I rate that.
After reflection, I feel like Charlie has taken somewhat sort of accountability, whatever percentage you may want to make that.
60-40.
Bro, you're really not, you're not making anything, bro. Oh, by the way, bro, Scott. Am I allowed to talk about that Scott geezer? I'm not gonna lie, he's annoying me.
He annoyed me from day one.
Yeah, the whole coming in, and what you lot don't know as well, like from being on Love Island, there are clips where you don't see the full side of every single story. For Scott to be on 4 seasons, and I've gone through that 4 times, for you to like instantly gun for someone based off of what you watched on TV is very, very.
I think he showed his true colours from the offset. That's
Yeah.
the thing. It was quite obvious he was in there for a game. Like,
And as the man them, you don't come for the man them. Do you get it? And if the man them are having conversations, for example, if you're saying to Scott you're 60-40, why the heck are you going back to the girls and saying, oh yeah, Scott 64? You let the man say what he's feeling for himself.
That's why it backfired, because she wasn't confused about that. Mills even said, as long as I'm the 60. And then he still came over to me and tried to say that Mills is confused. She wasn't confused about me in the situation. She was confused about what Scott said.
Yeah, I feel like he's butting his
does.
2 pence into
Oh,
every
it's so
situation.
jarring, man. Imagine trying to navigate the villa with the girls and you've got someone else trying to put their 2 pence in everything
Yeah,
you do.
that there's annoying.
Headache.
And he won. I think he won favourite boy, innit?
I couldn't believe that. I could not.
But the
believe
thing
that.
is, remember,
I knew I was gone at that moment. I was like,
but Scott's for the
God.
girls in the villa. So, and you know, it's mostly girls that watch the show. So,
He's
know.
smart with it because he played, but that's playing a game.
yeah, well, he's fought 4 times
know
round
what I
though.
mean?
He knows how to, you know,
He knows his audience.
do the experience and you get it.
But then if anyone else plays a game, it's like hell on. Do you know what I mean? But he's been playing the game the whole time. And then to go for Sean last night and make him cry, like,
Gang.
nasty, bro. He's gone in with this whole like Shakespeare speech, and it's just not nice.
He's
Like,
good with his punchlines though. Give him that.
Yeah, because
That-
game players and actors reverse their lines, don't they?
Oh, game players and actors, you know. Was it a BAFTA? Charlie, yours feels like confidence tipping into chaos. AJ, yours feels like intention meeting the wrong pace. Different energies, same pressure cooker. I use the air fryer.
Same.
Same, yeah.
I've weighed the evidence. Charlie, the edit made you look indecisive. And today I'm not clearing you completely. Charlie, I find you guilty, sweating, of being indecisive.
Suspended sentence, surely.
You are sentenced to drafting an apology message to Millie and Jess. What, you a speedboat? AJ, I've reviewed the tapes. I find you innocent.
Fuming.
Not too much, just potentially too fast for the wrong person.
Thank you, Judge.
Don't slow down for someone who can't keep up.
Love that, Judge. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you for watching Villa Verdicts. Court dismissed.